St. George's Day, 23rd of April. A Nation's Day in Verse. United States has July 4th, Ireland St. Patrick's Day and France Bastille Day. Most nations have a day when they turn to themselves, to reflect on the past, to revel in the present, and to look forward to the future. For England, 23rd of April is St. George's Day. St. George, a hero from bygone days, who slays dragons and pursues other mythic deeds, is part of childhood, but for modern times, for modern nations, a greater purpose is needed. For England, St. George is best now described as a principle, a small nation grown large and respected for its brainpower, brawn and ingenuity, and fighting for beliefs, misguidedly or not, that others can't or won't. Of course, England's role has changed many times over the centuries, but perhaps its basic tenets and desires haven't. Fair play, a role for everyone on equal terms, democracy, tolerance, a safe haven for those oppressed. England expects, and sometimes succeeds. Perhaps William Shakespeare, the bard himself, outlined our pride in his play Richard II. This royal throne of kings, this sceptred isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden, demi-paradise, this fortress built by nature for herself against infection and the hand of war, this happy breed of men, this little world, this precious stone set in the silver sea, which serves it in the office of a wall or as a moat defensive to a house, against the envy of less happier lands, this blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England. And now our poets and wordsmiths have their say.
Happy is England, by John Keats. Happy is England. I could be content to see no other verdure than its own, to feel no other breezes than are blown through its tall woods with high romances blent. Yet do I sometimes feel a languishment for skies Italian, and an inward groan to sit upon an Alp as on a throne, and half forget what world or worldling meant. Happy is England, sweet her artless daughters. Enough their simple loveliness for me, enough their whitest arms in silence clinging. Yet do I often warmly burn to see beauties of deeper glance, and hear their singing, and float with them above the summer waters.
The Passionate Shepherd to His Love, by Christopher Marlowe. Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove, that valleys, groves, hills and fields, woods or steepy mountain yields. And we will sit upon the rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks, by shallow rivers to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. And I will make thee beds of roses, and 1,000 fragrant posies, a cap of flowers and a kirtle, embroidered all with leaves of myrtle. A gown made of the finest wool, which from our pretty lambs we pull, fair lined slippers for the cold, with buckles of the purest gold. A belt of straw and ivy buds, with coral clasps and amber studs. And if these pleasures may thee move, come live with me, and be my love. The shepherd swains shall dance and sing for thy delight each May morning. If these delights thy mind may move, then live with me, and be my love.
How Do I Love Thee, by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach when feeling out of sight for the ends of being and ideal grace. I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely, as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with the passion put to use in my old griefs and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with the love I seemed to lose with my lost saints. I love with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life, and if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death.
To England, a note by Ivor Gurney. I watched the boys of England where they went through mud and water to do appointed things. See one a stake and one wire netting brings, and one comes slowly under a burden bent of ammunition. Though the strength be spent, they carry on under the shadowing wings of death, the ever-present. And hark, one sings, although no joy from the grey skies be lent. Are these the heroes, these have kept from you the power of primal savagery so long? Shall break the devil's legions? These are they who do in silence what they might boast to do. In the height of battle, tell the world in song how they do hate and fear the face of war.
Composed upon Westminster Bridge, September the 3rd, 1802, by William Wordsworth. Earth has not anything to show more fair. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by a sight so touching in its majesty. This city now doth, like a garment, wear the beauty of the morning, silent, bare. Ships, towers, domes, theatres, and temple lie open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully steep in his first splendour valley, rock, or hill. Ne'er saw I, never felt a calm so deep. The river glideth at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is lying still.
In a London Drawing Room by George Eliot. The sky is cloudy, yellowed by the smoke. For view there are the houses opposite, cutting the sky with one long line of wall, like solid fog. Far as the eye can stretch, monotony of surface and of form, without a break to hang a guess upon. No bird can make a shadow as it flies, for all is shadow, as in ways o'erhung by thickest canvas, where the golden rays are clothed in hemp. No figure lingering pauses to feed the hunger of the eye, or rest a little on the lap of life. All hurry on and look upon the ground, or glance unmarking at the passers-by. The wheels are hurrying too, cabs, carriages, all closed in multiplied identity. The world seems one huge prison-house and court where men are punished at the slightest cost, with lowest rate of colour, warmth and joy.